Hello.
Hello. We're on.
Hello.
We're in, boys.
Welcome.
Let me silence my phone really quick. Forgot to do that.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You should do that.
Let me make sure mine is... I think mine's on vibrate.
Remember that to mine. It's not like anyone's gonna call or text me anyways.
My phone's been blowing up recently. And
You're popular.
Hate it. Oh, it's like, because, like, I keep thinking, like, oh, it's someone from work. There's a number I don't have registered, and then I'll pick it up and they'll go, hello? Yes, is this, you? Yeah? Hello, I'm conducting a survey, and I hang up immediately.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I don't have time for these questions.
I still have a house phone, right? It's a whole manner of things as to why, but I every so often I'll be, I'm like home alone and I hear it go off and I'm like, I'm not gonna pick it up. I don't want to hear the voicemail they leave. And a lot of the time it's like, oh, we're conducting a survey, or oh, did you know that you should vote for this person? You should. But I got one a couple of days ago, probably a week ago at this point, where they're just like, hello, we're looking for, people to do like this, our survey. And they stayed on the line for a full, minute and a half just going, hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Are you there? And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, it's a voicemail.
Do you not hear the part where it says, please leave your message after the tone?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love those because sometimes they don't. I know when they don't leave a message after the voicemail because it'll cut in and they're already like three sentences into their script. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten those before.
Sometimes it's automated, like a little machine.
Yeah.
I don't miss house phones, but I do kind of miss them.
Mm-hmm. We were gonna get rid of ours a couple of months ago, but then I guess my mom found out when we signed up for it, it was like before our service provider merged with like another one, so they gave us like $50 discount. So if we were to take it off, we would lose that and we would have to pay more.
But you're not gonna use it.
No, but better than paying. Because we also have it with our, internet, and,
Okay.
So that's why. So, better than paying more for internet,
Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, you'll be paying $50 less, but you could also be paying $0 for something you're not using.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, well. It's good. It works for now.
It does the job.
Speaking of phones, tier lists in anime.
Fucking superb segue, actually.
I agree.
Goodness. All going 1 out of 4, guys. We're doing another tier list. If you haven't caught on yet, unfortunately, Jax is not with us today. She's extremely busy. With a certain comic that's coming out soon.
Wow.
She said
I wonder who wrote and colored it.
Yeah. She said I could advertise for it, so I'm just gonna throw up the
Go for it. There it is. Look at that.
Wow.
I mean, it's not out yet, but look at that art. Look at that promo art. Wow.
Look at that promo art. Look at that date of release.
Woo.
Wow.
Woo.
Fuck you, editor me.
Good
luck.
You're just
now make it explode.
More work.
I am. All the time. I have no restraint. As you can see from the Halloween episode, I have no restraint.
So what are we doing today?
Doing an anime tier list. Because last time we did cartoons, and now it's time for the other one.
The weeby one.
The weeby one.
We're all weebs here.
The one where I'm going to be doing a lot of the talking.
All of us.
Because I've seen almost
looking at
on
me in the mirror who's seen a total of probably 5.
I think all those 5 are on here.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I think this is a good amount.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This is Colin Gets to Learn About Anime podcast.
Hell yeah, dude. I put some favorites on here. I put some not favorites on here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Staring at
Don't
one
want
and
it
I'm
to be
like,
a completely biased list.
This is 100% biased.
I'm staring at one and I'm like, yeah, that one. The one that Fishy loves.
Listen, I know my S tier and I know my A tier. So there
I
you
know
go.
my
I know.
S tier.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
I'm not staring at your stream. I'm an asshole. Sorry. There we go.
You're good. I'm gonna be completely honest. The S tier is gonna have so much in it. I put a lot of stuff that I personally am just like, this is great.
Are we allowed?
That's
Are we
fair.
allowed to do that?
Ooh, you put. There's no F tier.
Oh, I can add that.
Ooh.
Just so that we have more of a range.
Yeah, this was just the default it gave me.
Cool.
I made this tier list, by the way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because I was like,
You?
I want to make sure.
In your whole ass self?
Oh, whoops. What's up?
You and your whole ass self did the tier list?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I made sure that the criteria for being on here is at least one of us has seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good. Good criteria.
And I tried to make it so, like, even if something on here I think is mid, it's like, it's popular enough that I think it should be here, so you just address it and be like, hey, it's here. This is where it is on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen, at the very least, those ones I have seen. Like, I would have put Bleach on here, or One Piece, but I haven't seen those, and I don't think you guys have either.
I have.
So that's why they're not here.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen One Piece. The problem is that it's the 4Kids dub.
Oh.
When I was like 6, so I don't think I can judge it properly. My mom's on episode like 400. She's
wow.
going. She started watching One Piece like 2 months ago. It's insane.
So proud of her.
She's going.
That's really nice commitment right there.
She's not, she doesn't just have it on in the background too. She's like very invested. All right. You guys want to get started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's up first? I have not seen Angel Beats. A friend ruined it for me forever. And I'm aware that that's a tragedy. People have told me.
I would cry.
Yeah.
No,
I have no window of reference. So.
I'll tell
That's
you.
fair.
Angel Beats. My god. That's an anime that I watched when it was like at the golden age of anime, like early 2010s. Because that's when it came out. Fucking awesome. It was so well done. And I don't remember if I was like in late middle school or early high school, but this is the anime that got me into being like, I wonder if there's more anime like this. It was the one that got me into anime, like to really go into it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I rewatched it again a couple of years ago, and it was way better than I remembered. I would put it at an A or an S.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
a good
good,
short
good.
anime. It's a tragic, very sad, bawl your eyes out kind of anime. So good.
All right. You say A or S. I'm gonna let you make the decision because
I'm
you're
gonna
the one that's seen it.
I'm gonna say S.
all right, I trust you on that.
Yeah. It's just good.
Okay. Now we're on the one that only I know that I put on here because more people need to
Hmm.
fucking watch this show. It's called Appare Ranman.
Hmm.
It takes
I've
place.
heard of
like,
it.
It takes place during the like cars are just being like invented kind of thing.
Ooh.
Kind of
And
era or
during that time period.
So like the
Okay.
the Industrial Revolution kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like during that time. So it's kind of steampunky.
Ah,
yeah,
I like
it's
how
not-
that's the
It
I
is
like how
at-
that's the only thing you came up with.
Look,
So it
I'm
takes
on
place in the car inventee era.
I'm on 3 hours of sleep. I'm doing my best. in 1 out of 4 tradition, I am not well slept. Anyway, what is it? So takes place during that time. Our 2 protagonists. One of them's his name's Appare. He is genius inventor, second son of a merchant. his brain is only about cars and inventions. He's got nothing else going on in there. And the other one, God, I wish I weren't sleep deprived. It's been so long since I watched it. The other protagonist is a samurai.
Okay.
And the two of them end up on one of his machines and end up in America.
Oh no.
Oh
And
no.
They're like, oh, we gotta get back. We gotta learn how to get home. And then they learn that there is a cross-country race that will give them enough money to get home. But they have to make the car. So the entire thing is basically one of the way I heard people talk about it was it's wacky races, but like JoJo.
Okay, that sounds fun.
It's ridiculous. Like, the design of everything is really good. I really like it visually.
So you're telling me this is a sports anime?
It's more of like
in a way.
Oh, in a way, kind of.
Because it's racing.
It's very character focused.
Yeah.
They don't. They focus on things that happen during the race, like someone sabotaging. Oh no, they blew up a side of a cliff so people can't get through. One of them, they're like, hey, one of the racers might be a murderer. Whoa.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Stuff's happening. And, God, I don't want to spoil it. It's short and sweet, you know? Like we said with Angel Beats.
Mm-hmm.
12 episodes, really nice, really fun. The characters are really what sell it. Cause, hold on. I'll throw a picture up of them real quick.
Wow, there he is.
Hold on.
I like how it's already...
It knows. Where is he? Where is TJ? There he is. This is not a historically accurate.
I've seen these designs.
I think because I've showed them to you before.
I really like these designs.
Yeah, this came out a little bit ago.
This came out, like, it started during the pandemic, and then, like, the first 3 episodes came out, and then it got delayed until the rest of the year, and then the rest of it came out. But by then, everyone forgot about it.
Oh.
And I'm so pissed, because this is such a fun show.
Wow.
It's great.
Yeah, I love those
My thing is, I think it's an A-tier show, mostly because my criteria for S is just, like, I don't know, it's a little higher, because the other thing is there are other things on here where I'm like, well, that's clearly an S.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you're the one that's seen it, so...
I know. It's also, there is a samurai
How
in the
dare
show,
you
right?
put the show I've never seen in A.
Right? There's gonna be a riot.
Yeah.
I will say, like, last note on it, there's a samurai in there. This is considered a Western, and they have guns. Whatever you think whatever scenario you think that's gonna create, they do it and execute it amazingly. They have guns, and there is a samurai.
Good.
They do the scene.
Yay.
Yeah. A for Appare. Alright.
What's next?
Oh boy.
What's next? I can't tell.
Fucking... Oh, it's Black Butler.
You take the stage again.
I don't like this show.
Uh-huh.
I'll come out full swinging. I don't like this show. I hate the ending.
From everything I've heard,
it's season 1's fine. It knows what it is, and what it is catering towards teenage girls.
Mm-hmm.
Because what they want you to do is sit there and be like, "Damn, Sebastian's hot."
Yep.
That's all they want out of you. There's a few other little bits
It's
and
all
bobs
you're
that
good
are
for.
in there. At the very least, if it had stopped at season 1, I'd be like, that was alright. B for Black Butler, you know. Decent, alright, fine.
But they kept going.
But they kept going, and I hate
Oh,
the
boy.
ending. I hate the ending so much.
I was exposed to Black Butler because I had friends and my sister who really, really liked it because either of the aesthetic, because it has a really nice, like, Victorian era aesthetic,
Yes.
gothic aesthetic that a lot of people like, and I can't blame them for it. they were like big into the whole shipping thing, or they genuinely enjoyed the show, right? But we were all young, so, and
It's like,
and like I couldn't get into it because I couldn't get into it because of the relationship that was between Sebastian and the main guy, the main boy.
CL.
CL, that was his name. I'm so
I
stupid.
see.
But yeah, I was like,
You're
that
fine.
rubs me the wrong way. I'm not getting into it. And sure enough, I was right about my gut.
Yep.
I did not like where they ended up taking it.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
And most people that I knew that liked it, that grew up and then kept watching the show, have said the same thing. They're like, I prefer the beginnings. I don't like the ending part.
It should have ended at season 1. Because, like, the whole thing, right, is when you basically make a wish with a demon, and then they will fulfill that contract, and once it's fulfilled, they are going to eat your soul.
Mm.
That's the basics of it. And CL has Sebastian in one of those contracts. I don't remember. It was like to avenge his parents or something, if I remember correctly. You know what? I'll put like a giant thing that says we're gonna spoil some of these anime. I just realized, because like, but also don't fucking watch Black Butler. You have better things to do.
Colin, if you were thinking about watching it, don't.
Do not.
You can skip
I already
it.
have an idea on where this is gonna end up, but still. It's like, God, I lost my train of thought, actually. Yeah, don't watch Black Butler. It's not good. But, I remember where I was going. It's like, if you stop at season 1, that's good. He gets his contract, he gets his contract fulfilled, he's about to eat the soul, fade to black. Perfect. Incredible. That's how it should end. Season 2 is like, oh, there's a wrinkle. Oh, like, part of his soul is missing or some dumb bullshit, so we can extend this out a little more. And then he doesn't get the soul in the end. That's what makes me upset. He is locked into eternal servitude to this fucking prick.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate it. Let him out. Let him free. CL turns into a fucking demon at the end. And it's dumb! And I was like, there's no way that's how the manga ends too, right? Yeah, it fucking is.
Oh my god.
I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Now, the question is this a D tier or an F tier?
I think
because the only thing...
I feel like it's a D tier just because there's way worse ones out there. And at the very least, the beginning is promising.
Yeah, like I said, if you stop at the first season, like, you're doing well. And it's also, I'd like, the other thing that I'm like, that might take it out of just being in the bottom tier is the aesthetics. Because it is very visually pleasing. It's a nice looking show. And if you're into that thing, like most of the people that I knew was watching, not the CL and Sebastian shipping part, but like the thinking Sebastian's fucking hot part.
Yeah.
If you're here for that, oh, you get shit in spades. You are eating very well. It's not for me.
The voice in English.
Oh, J. Michael Tatum?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's does
killer.
J. Michael Tatum's a good voice actor. He does great.
Yeah. That's another thing. If you're worried about like dubbing, that's a nice dub. It's not the best. It's like kind of nice.
That's good.
You don't remember what the servants sound like. You're not. You
Wait.
will not say that.
Wait. Wait. No.
It's like I want you to rethink that. Oi, Master Sebastian.
That's so true. I just remembered.
No, Sebastian's fine. CL is fine.
Yeah.
It's the rest.
The first thing that came
caught
to mind was, oh, Bessie.
Yep.
Grill.
Caught in the euphoria of J. Michael Tatum that you forgot about the rest
I forgot about everybody else.
Jesus Christ.
I take that back.
Okay.
Brilliant.
We're at Bebop.
Bebop. Now I'm the only one that's seen this, right? I believe
think
Cash has
actually-
seen like half of it.
I tried to watch it and I couldn't get into it.
I've been
No one
scolded
can get
for not.
into it. Man, I love Bebop. I love Bebop. I don't know what else to say about it. But what should I say about it? What's some points that I should give Fishy? Like what should I? It's got a great English dub that many people believe to be one of the best English dubs, and a lot of people I know prefer it over the original Japanese version. It spawned a whole not a whole thing with Western anime. It was already there.
But
it jump started it.
Yeah, it was the anime back in the day.
It was the anime, yeah.
Even like back when I used to go before pandemic, back when I used to go to AX, we'd be sitting in line, and there's always that motherfucker with the boom box blasting anime OPs, and always Bebop would be in there somewhere in the shuffle. Doesn't matter what seasonal anime was out or whatever thing was popular at the time. Bebop's in that shuffle.
It's gotta be. It's fantastic soundtrack. Personally, I would put it in S. Because it's very, very good. I know, you couldn't get into a cast. A lot of people I've talked to have said, oh, I couldn't get into it or anything. And I was the same way. It took me about, I want to say a year to finish it. I stopped halfway through, and then I watched the rest of it, and I was like, wow, that was actually amazing. That was great. Plus, it's only 26 episodes. It's almost kind of, it's episodic in a way. There is a through story. There's a through line story, but it really only takes up 5 episodes out of the whole thing. The rest of it is very episodic or just centered around what the characters are going through that week. But I love it. I think it's fantastic. But I'm the only one that's seen it, so but again, personally, I would put it in.
Because
there's a couple of things on here, and you would be surprised with where I'm gonna put the other ones. So I would say put this in S.
Okay. I said it at the beginning, and I'll still be honest. We're gonna just have a lot of S's. This is just a lot of stuff that we like. Oh man,
what's that? Oh, Dr. Stone.
That is Dr. Stone.
Shit, I haven't watched it. No.
You have.
My mom watched it before me, and
it's one of the anime that my family watches as a family.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We love Dr. Stone in my house. My mom will my mom will sometimes quote it. She'll just be like 10 billion%, and I'm like, yeah. Because sometimes my mom will watch something and she doesn't really retain it. She watches more anime than I do at this point, and you're not gonna remember literally everything you see. She remembers Dr. Stone. I love Dr. Stone. It's not S. I'll say that right now. But I love Dr. Stone. It is such a fun anime. For the elevator pitch. One random day in current day, the entirety of humanity all across the globe sees a giant blinding light, and they all turn to stone. 3,000 years into the future, people start waking up. And they're like, shit, we have no resources. We have almost no one with us. Nature has not only healed, it has just absolutely taken over. We have nothing. We gotta start from scratch. So it's both a Bill Nye the Science Guy kind of teaching you about science thing, but also a mystery of why did we turn to stone? Why are people waking up? This all this other stuff, and there's drama as well, because one of the first conflicts they have internally, because there's only 2 of them at the beginning, is who do we wake up? Because we don't want to just wake up people randomly. What if we wake up a fucking serial killer?
Okay.
So there's that debate of who deserves to be rescued. So it's fun. I read the manga, and that ended I think last year. It has a pretty satisfying ending, at least for me. And you pretty much get every question answered. Which, that's not common. I've seen a lot of stuff, even even just excluding anime. I've seen a lot of stuff in general. You don't always get all of the questions that you want answered, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes it's nice to have a little few, 2 or 3 lingering questions.
Some
But
things left to
it's-
interpretation also.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, the most important part is feeling satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the endings, like, some parts of the ending are a little bit rushed. But it's kind of like, a lot of it is just build up to getting to this last part. And then they get there, and then we get the answers. And it's nice. It's good. I think it goes in A because it does, again, it has its moments. There's parts that I'm not really the biggest fan of. There's a few arcs that I'm like, okay, we could have not done with that. But just for the most part, characters are fun, art style's fun.
I will watch this. Should I have given a plot synopsis on Bebop? Since I just realized you're doing that for the rest of them.
I realized I didn't do it for Angel Beats either.
You don't have to.
Should we do them quick? I could sum up Bebop quick.
Yeah, you can sum up Bebop quick.
Space bounty hunters. Bounty hunters in space, and the misadventures they get up to. It's about being an adult and learning, like, damn, shit's hard.
Wait.
Guess what's yours about?
Angel Beats, it's about high school students that have died and are stuck in a purgatory, disguised as a high school. And a group of these high schoolers have rebelled and have decided, we're not gonna abide by the rules of this world. We're gonna try to fight against it and fight God, if there is one.
Yo.
I like that.
Yeah, I wish I would have been able to, like, kind of give it a chance, but just, like, God, it was, I think I told you about it, that, like, my friend was like, have you watched it yet? Have you watched it yet? Why aren't you watching it yet? Why are you watching these other things? Why aren't you watching it? You gonna watch it? And it's like, fuck off, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it now.
It's okay, now you have a cooler friend.
Now I have cooler friends telling me to watch it. Okay. We do not, nor will we try, to give a synopsis on Dragon Ball. That's too much. You know what Dragon Ball is.
You know what it is.
Everybody knows what Dragon Ball is.
So where do we put it?
I think...
D for Dragon Ball!
D for Dragon Ball. I think... Because this was on the cartoon tier list for some reason too, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Same placement. We put it C there, I'm putting it C here.
That's reasonable.
Because it's got good arcs. It's got really bad arcs. But we're here.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like short and sweet, just, it's Dragon Ball. It has to be on here. C tier.
It's Dragon Ball, you know exactly what it is. Okay, okay, good.
You know what Dragon Ball is. Okay.
What's that one?
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Oh, I've heard of this.
This
oh
is a
boy.
great one.
My lights went out. Ah.
No, Cass.
Oh, is Cass okay?
My lights went out.
Oh.
And oop.
Oh. What do we do?
What do we do?
What do we do? We're 1 out of 2 right now.
Uh-oh. 1 out of 2.
1 out of 2.
What do we do? What do we do?
What do we do? Technical difficulties.
Yep.
Cass, you should have heard the pure
We were
panic.
literally like, what do we do? What do we do?
What happens? What do we do?
I kept my recording going just in case you guys were still gonna keep talking.
We didn't know how long
But
you were gonna be gone, and we
my-
didn't want to go too far ahead without you.
Yeah.
That doesn't
It
matter.
does.
The point, it just no. So the lights did a quick flicker, but that was enough to shut down my monitors and give like Discord a fucking an attack or something.
Just
because I was still in the call, but I couldn't hear anybody, and I couldn't leave the call. It still left me in there. There was no internet connection. There was no internet connection. Audacity was still going, and because I'm drawing right now, my illustration's still looking fine. so I didn't completely shut down the computer. But I still had no internet because lights went out. The router it's not on.
Yeah.
So I just went to go check on it, and I came back and it was good.
Okay, good.
I don't know. Weather's being dumb right now. Everyone has their heaters on.
I'm like, I wonder how much of this am I gonna keep in? Because I kind of think it's funny, the pure panic.
You can keep it. I don't care.
I don't. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. I'm glad you're back with us. Because I figured you had a few words about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I do.
Ooh.
I like this show.
Am I the only one that's seen it?
No, I've also seen it.
Okay.
I've seen both. We've talked about that one episode of season 2 we hate.
So, it's a very good, perfect anime, except for that one episode. Legitimately, that's the only episode that ruined it for me. Not ruined the entire thing for me, but
it's like, me from... It takes you out of it.
It takes you out of it. It is so not in character. It is so uncomfortable and so obviously meant for fan service, but fan service that nobody likes.
That nobody asked for.
Nobody asked for.
Nobody wanted, Well, I always recommend people skip the first half of that episode because it's gone by the second half and you kind of need that for plot reasons.
That's true, yeah.
So I'm like, skip that first half, then you know, once the spell wears off, because, like, the new character is like, oh. So I guess basic summary of Kobayashi. Kobayashi's just like an office worker, you know, normal job, all that other stuff. She lives alone, not too many friends. And then she opens her door one day, there's a dragon outside, and she's like, what the fuck? She's like, hey, you saved my life. You saved my life the other day, and I'm going to be your maid from now on. And she's like, no, I don't want that. And then, you know, finally she's like, okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine.
It was...
You know, and...
Sorry.
No, you're good.
The whole thing is like, yeah, the maid and all that, but more importantly, the dragon loves Kobayashi.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no, she makes it very clear. She makes it very clear. She specifies that she loves her sexually.
Yeah. She wants to be with her, and Kobayashi's like, no, I'm not about that.
There are times where it feels a little weird, and then, like, they make sure to reel it in, and they're like, okay, here's these very sweet moments where it's like, okay, they genuinely care about each other. Mm-hmm. There's something here. Like, it's very nice. The episode we're saying skip is from season 2, and you'll know it's coming because it ends on that cliffhanger of, because other dragons start coming over, and they start, like, because there's a war going on in the other one, and they're like, you know, we don't really want to be in the war anymore. We're just gonna hang out in here. And season 2 has a new dragon come over, trying to cause problems. And, she's like, you know, oh, humans and dragons can't get along. That's not a thing. And she's like, yes, it is. We've literally been doing this for like a year. Like, we're fine. And she's like, if you were a man, you would, like, you know, you would do all these things. You would feel differently. So she turns her into a man.
And it's super uncomfortable. It's
because now now Kobayashi has a dick. They make sure to specify that. The only change is that now she's got a dick. And she starts feeling things. And it's the worst.
It's the worst. It's so
awful.
Uncomfortable. It's
I
so
hate the
bad.
whole thing.
It is so out of character for Kobayashi.
They involve the child!
I fucking hate that! There is a child character. Her name is Kana. She's the sweetest. She's adorable. Everybody loves her. It's in dragon years and in human years, she's a baby. She is actually a child.
She is in elementary school.
She is in elementary school. Kobayashi is literally like her mother. And they do this shit. Oh my god. And it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. And you know it's for fan service too because of those freaks that like that stuff or whatever. But oh god, it's so uncomfortable. It makes me mad.
Yeah,
Gross.
It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. But that sort of thing is literally never present in any of the other episodes.
No,
Just
they
in
have
that
normal
one.
fan service.
Yeah, with the adults.
Yeah, with nice, with fun bouncing tits, as you do. Like it happens. It happens in the intro, a lot.
So where are you putting it?
And there's a guy dragon too, so there's fan service for him too. But fucking just that one episode.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking B.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a good place for it. The animation's amazing. I have good fun with it, but also
the ending is really good.
The ending's good, but you can't ignore
that one.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colin, this one's
Oh
all
boy.
you.
Okay. Brief plot synopsis. The year's 2015. There's been a cataclysmic apocalyptic event called Second Impact. The world is in shambles. Now it's 14 years after that, and space monsters, angels, are coming back. They're attacking Earth. The only thing that can stop them, depressed kids and giant robots. That's essentially it. And the first half of the show is about, it's like a Monster of the Week kind of show. Then the director was like, he got really into psychology, and then he changed the entire back half of the show to be about more the human condition and psychology, which is, I love the direction. It is one of the anime.
More depressed.
I would describe it as that, one of the anime, right?
I think that's a good descriptor of it. Like, you can go anywhere and you'll find an Ava
Anywhere.
meme.
Even in, like, American fucking regular show did a whole, like, many episodes parodying it. Every episode parodied it. Everything parodied it.
Dude, have you seen the fan-made Drake and Josh Evangelion opening?
I have
It's one of
not.
my favorites.
There's...
I'll
good,
send it to you
good.
later. It's so funny.
With all of that said,
I'm sure at this point it's one of those animes that needs no fucking introduction.
yes.
It's up there with, like, Bebop in terms of being, like,
Yes,
extremely
it's like
influential, I'd
Bebop,
say.
Dragon Ball, Ava, and then, I mean, at least for the West, Sailor Moon, I guess.
I wouldn't put Dragon Ball in the same field as
No,
Evangelion.
but, you know,
In terms of
in
quality,
no,
but
in terms of influence, yes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what the fuck a Dragon Ball is.
Yeah.
With all of that said, honestly, B.
Oh,
Cat's
let's
gonna kill me
go!
for that. It is fantastic. We have
No, who the
we have
fuck
both
cares?
watched it so many times. It influenced us so many times. There's just a lot of parts where it's just like, oh, you could have done without this, or oh, I completely forgot that like 3-episode arc that didn't really serve any purpose.
that didn't matter.
Or just stuff like that. If you're talking about the other things, if you're talking about the movie, that the finale movie, I think that is straight up, the finale movie is one of my favorite animated films of all time. But it takes 26 episodes to get there, when really you only needed like 15. It's great.
That's
it's fantastic. And then there's, oh my god, but B. Yes. I think B is solid for that. I think everybody should watch it at least once. Just to be like, I've seen it.
It is on my
that's
list.
it.
Evangelion was one of those other ones where, like, similar to Bebop, I was giving it a shot and I understood why.
You understand why it's
people liked it,
influential, but you're
I
like, not
couldn't
for me.
continue it. Yeah, I couldn't
100%.
continue it.
I get that. I
I'm
get
good.
that entirely.
All right, this one's for me. I don't think either of you has seen Fairy
I've
Tail.
heard of it.
No, I avoided it.
That's fair. Plot synopsis: Fairy Tail. Like, in this world, there are wizards of many different types. They use it for battle and all sorts of things. We follow the stories and other things that go around the Fairy Tail Guild, which our main characters are all a part of. We see like different arcs dealing with either other guilds, or we see like stuff dealing with their backstories. One of our main characters, his dad was a dragon and then just disappeared one day without a trace. You know, just that one's one of the main through lines, but you kind of get to learn what everyone's deal is throughout the story. This is my trash. Look, you'll find so many think pieces about just fairy tale is garbage, just here's why, and then one really good defense of it by Nuxtaku, I think, did it, because I've seen it, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good defense of it. Because it's not the worst show ever made, right? People like it for a reason. I really like the characters a lot. At least I did, like, look, this was one of, not my gateways, but, like, when you're in that phase of anime where you're just consuming so much fucking anime all at once.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I kept up with during that. During its original run, because they're doing a sequel series right now, original run, I absolutely hate the ending. It made me so angry. They refused to kill anyone during the ending, and it makes me so mad. It's so like, there's only, like, one thing that I'm like, okay, that's a nice way to end it off, but still. Stuff about it, I like, but I totally recognize that it's C.
It's junk food.
It's junk food, but I think it is still way better than Black Butler.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
That's kind of what I'm measuring. I'm like, when I watch this or Black Butler again, it's like, oh, of course I'd watch Fairy Tail again. I'm still keeping up with it.
What's next? Is that
Okay.
Full Metal
we're doing
Alchemist?
these two together.
Full Metal
Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, I see why.
I'll do my pitch, right? Because this is what I always tell people. You should watch. People are like, oh, you should only watch Brotherhood because that's the one that's based on the manga, so it's the better one. Those people are fucking stupid, and I'll tell you why. Because the original Full Metal Alchemist aired in like 2003ish, right? It aired in early 2000s. The manga wasn't done yet, so it adapted like what they had very faithfully, and then just went off the rails at the end because they didn't have an ending. They didn't know what was going to happen. And then they're like, okay, we'll do the manga story. We'll do Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So they assume when you're watching Brotherhood that you've seen the original. So that because they adapted the first half so faithfully, they speed through everything that was in the original anime and then just go towards the new stuff, which is fair, but that also means that important plot points, like a certain thing that happens to a certain beloved character, happens in episode like 35 in the original one, but it's like episode 10 in Brotherhood. And it's like, that throws off the pacing a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, one of the characters, right? There's like a little sequence in a mining town where you meet a character in there that you're just like, oh, this is just a one-off little generic villain. He ends up not playing a huge role, but he's in the finale. And they have to quickly be like, all right, here's a quick flashback to the mining town that you didn't see in Brotherhood. So like, if you don't watch both, you kind of get an incomplete, like, you get kind of an incomplete kind of thing. So I argue, like, these two, like, you have to watch both. And it's like, it's not like the original is bad.
No.
Oh no, you have to watch more Full Metal Alchemist.
No!
Oh, what a tragedy. One of the greatest stories ever written for anime.
One of the literal greatest stories ever.
It is, and I know what you mean, because when my sister and I, when we watched it, we watched the original one, and then we watched Brotherhood, thinking it was a sort of like, the first part and the second part of the story, not knowing that that Brotherhood was pretty much like a retelling almost. So when we watched the first part, or like the original Full Metal, we're like, yeah, this is great, this is neat. Then we watched Brotherhood, knowing already what happens in the original, so we get still like the whole fucking story, but the one that's stuck with us more was Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Brotherhood was the one that stuck more. That's the one that we always look back to. When we think of certain scenes from the anime, we think of Brotherhood. We don't think of the original. So I do think they do need to be a package.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're gonna put them somewhere, I think they should go in the same one. And I think you already know where I want to put it.
I think you want it at A or S.
FMA Brotherhood is, like, top 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of my favorites. You know what the top 2 are. They are on this list, and we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. But just... I want both of them in S so badly. It is one of the best anime stories you're ever gonna get. It is. I've noticed a lot where, like, oh, it's short and sweet and it's complete. That's a lot of what our S tiers or, like, higher ups are on here. Fullmetal Alchemist is the exception. Like Brotherhood, both of them are like 60 episodes. But you get to the end and you're like, I am satisfied.
Yeah.
I feel great about this. This is good.
It's because the characters are great. The story it's awesome. Like, so if it went on for longer, you don't mind. It's cool. It's just the cool
And it's
story.
Studio Bones. It's Studio Bones. My favorite animation company. We put them there. And we call
Much
it a
respect
day.
to the mangaka. We love her here.
We love her here.
Yeah.
I actually own the first volume of the manga somewhere. I know it's in my house somewhere. Okay. Cass, this one's all you. Tell us about Fruits Basket. I put this on here for you.
The original, bad. The 2019 version, the best.
Oh, I made sure it was the 2019 version.
Good.
Brilliant.
Good. It's, if you don't know or you're not familiar, because it is very specifically a shoujo anime, Fruits Basket is about a young girl who stumbles across meets these two boys that are part of the zodiac, like the animals, right? Basically, if the boys get hugged by someone of the opposite sex, they turn into the little animals, and it's a curse. One is Yuki, he turns into the rat, and the other boy is Kyo, who turns into a cat, and the cat is cursed, so he has a whole tragic thing going on. And it's a romance anime. It's a love triangle kind of thing. It's supposed to be like, oh, she has to pick one or the other. And who she picks, her being in this romance, her being involved with this family, is actually so crucial to the whole plot and the curse and the history of the family and all this stuff. So there is a lot of weight to the love triangle. Not like other anime or other romances where, like, the love triangle is, like, so fucking annoying and we hate love triangles.
Yeah,
this one does it
yeah.
so well. This one does it so well because it's so crucial. You actually care. And unlike the original version, like the original anime, in the 2019 version, you actually can't tell who she's gonna pick. You're like, ah, shit, she's got good chemistry with both of these boys. In the original one, you can tell who she's gonna pick. It's like, there's no mystery.
Telegraphed.
There is no mystery here. We know the tropes.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2019 version goes on for longer than the original. It tells the entire story from the manga. It's really well done. You care about all the characters. You care about our protagonist. Because she's like... she's the... How do I explain it? You know that heroine character trope of like, oh, I love everybody and we should all be friends, and oh, I'm clumsy, and oh, I'm just too sweet for my own good, and oh, everyone loves me because I'm just that kind. That is her, but in the best way possible. Everyone wants to be her. Every other anime that tries to pull that off cannot. This is the only anime
Mary
that can actually
Sue,
pull it off.
Mary Sue, but executed well.
Mary Sue, but in the best way possible that is actually done well. Yeah, it's just good. Everyone wants to be Fruits Basket. They cannot be Fruits Basket.
What I'm hearing from you...
It is an S. It is an S. There are some, obviously, there are relationships in this anime that are troubling or questionable, because we gotta remember Japan has its own
Japan's
laws.
goofy.
End of sentence. We gotta remember Japan.
Japan has its own laws.
We all
and
know
its
what
own
that
thing
means.
going on, and it caught me off guard. Whatever, but those relationships aren't the focus of the show. They are an extra thing. They are in the background. But they deal with relationships, traumatic experiences, family, what's it called? Family trauma, all that stuff. Very fucking well. Mm-hmm. It is more than just the romance. So yeah, it is an S.
Let's go. Alright. Okay. So, I am almost certain you guys have not seen the anime, but you've definitely seen clips of it around. This is Golden Boy.
Oh.
Maybe.
Golden Boy is a 6-episode series. It's only 6 episodes.
Okay.
It's a comedy. It is so much fun. It is the story of a man. He had like a full ride. He was a genius. He was gonna go through like law or whatever, go through college, and then he went, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna ride around on a bike and go get life experience. So every episode he's in a new town or a new place, just in a new job, just experiencing
just
life.
Like me for real.
And all of the mishaps that come with it. And, like, he ends up changing people's, like, perceptions of things because he has, like, an outsider's perspective or whatever, or he's also kind of horny. And the anime's a little, you know, they animate the tits. There's like, the final episode is all about animation, and there's a scene where they're just talking about drawing boobs.
Course.
Yes.
Just guys being dudes. It's such a fun series. The jokes are really good. That's what really sells it. The animation, like, you can't get these kinds of faces from, like, modern anime. You can tell this was made, like, back in the day. Like, the roughness, the sketchiness, some of the expressions. I love it. It's really fun. What I mean by you've probably seen clips of it is, if you've seen the clip where the lady blows the whistle and then you see a guy swimming and he's just absolutely failing and drowning, and then he gets to the end, slams his hand on the wall and goes, so, how did you like my swimming?
That's Golden
the show.
Boy?
Okay, good to know.
That's Golden Boy.
Oh!
That is Golden Boy. I don't remember where I heard about Golden Boy, but I was so glad I watched it. It's on, I believe it's on Crunchyroll.
Oh, hell
I don't know
yeah.
if it's dubbed. I don't know if they have the dub on there, but I watched it subbed. And then was flamed for it.
Just for that scene of the swimming pool, I would watch it subbed because I wanna see how the rest of it sounds.
Yeah. Just this belongs here. I need you all to know that.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It does not overstay its welcome. It you know, it does things well. It's fun. I really like it. And speaking of S tiers, I'm not playing games here. I'm not gonna even pretend that this isn't going in S.
I'm just gonna step back because
Go off, Queen.
Go off.
Oh my god. I'll try not to go for too long because like
We are already hitting an hour.
We do have the rest. I'm pretty sure we already hit an hour.
It's okay.
I
We can keep talking.
It's okay. We can keep going. You know what Jojo is. You've heard of Jojo. If not knowing what Jojo is, you've seen the memes of just like, you know.
You know of it.
Oh my god. You know of it. Every anime parody is it all the time. But the thing is, it kind of deserves it. Mm-hmm. It's very well done. It is the tale of the Joestar family, where each season is a different iteration of the family. So we start with Jonathan, and each season is its own like genre. You will find a season you like because it will be a different genre and a different type of protagonist.
I like that.
So the first one is like a gothic horror, which is a gothic horror feeling dealing with the family drama of Jonathan Joestar and his newly adopted brother, Dio Brando. Remember Dio?
Okay.
He will be important for the rest of time. Second one is a oh, and also vampires.
I wish you could see the rock eyebrow I just did.
I know. I was like, wait, I should mention the fact that seasons 1, 2, and a little bit of 3 deal with vampires.
Alright, so caught off at a little bit of 3. I'm half joking. I'm not joking. I'll watch it at some point.
Okay. What is it? Yeah, so 1's the gothic horror, 2 is like a kind of Indiana Jones kind of globe-trotting adventure where they're trying to, like, protect kind of this, important relic, or trying to figure out where the... God, Jojo is so hard to explain because you sound like a mentally insane person when I go up to you and say, yes, ancient Egyptian vampires.
No, it's fine. I get it. That's just
that are named.
That's just the vibe.
And one of them is named Cars.
Okay, that's the way you started. The way you started that syllable, I thought his name was gonna be fucking Carl. Ancient Egyptian vampire Carl.
Fishy.
Ancient Egyptian vampires, like Wham, AC/DC, and Cars.
Okay, yeah, I know why they're named that, but
Fishy,
yeah.
we're dealing with anime here. We can we can allow it to be like weird.
I know, but just
you're allowed to be goofy.
The stuff that happens in JoJo, like, you sound like an insane person. There's an entire episode in the 4th one where they just go eat some Italian food, and the food just starts doing weird stuff, and you're not sure if, like, by the end of the episode, you're like, is that guy actually a friend or not? We don't know. It's the weirdest it's one of the weirder ones, because it's like, I don't know why this episode exists, but it's also the one that I recommend to people if they want a taste of what JoJo's gonna be. Because it's just fucking weird, and you don't know what's going on. But, yeah. 2 is kind of the Indiana Jones, like, get the treasure, you know, do all that stuff, learn about sunlight karate, all that stuff. 3 is, 3 is a road trip movie. A giant road trip movie. And it's fantastic. That's a lot of people's favorites. 4 is, what is it? 4 is like a slice of life, but it's a small hometown murder mystery with a very strong, like, opening to it. Like, I don't want to explain too much because I want, like, it's better. I knew nothing going into JoJo. I somehow forgot literally everything about it when I went in. Like, I forgot about all the memes. And just, that was such a good time. It was so nice to not know what was going on. So 4 is the murder mystery, trying to track down a serial killer. 5 is a gangster story with the Italian mob. 6 is a prison story with a prison break and, you know, what goes on in the prison. 7 is a lot like how I was explaining Appare Ranman. It's a cross-country race on horseback, and it's probably the best one. And then I haven't finished 8. But apparently it just leans more into that murder mystery horror, and I'm like, that's cool.
Nice.
There's so much I could talk about, but it's JoJo. You know what it is. Okay.
Nice. Anything else?
There you go.
I need to hold my tongue because I'll start saying spoilers.
Closing thoughts?
I know. Just watch
JoJo's
JoJo.
good. Just watch JoJo. My favorite season 2. I have such a bias towards that one. Joseph Joestar is amazing. Okay. We should move on before I pop off.
Mm-hmm.
Before?
Like, more. Before I pop off more. I'm on 3 hours of sleep, dude. I will lose track of time.
Fine.
What's this one?
What's next? Oh! Little Witch Academia!
Little Witch. I haven't seen this one.
I don't know where I'd put the show. Because this is this is like a mini series based on 2 movies that they made. And I fucking love the movies. The movies are fantastic, but the show is the show's great. In my opinion, it kind of loses a little bit by extending it over the course of 26 episodes. But I don't really know where I'd put it.
I watched it a long time ago, and I think I watched the show first and then found out about the movies. But
I watched the movies and I went, wow, this is really good. I wish they made more. And then like 2 days later, they're like, we're making a show. And I went, wow.
The monkey's paw curls up one finger.
What I'd give to see a beautiful coastline right now. You know what you say?
It's like, it's obviously like, and this is not bad in any way. It's an anime for kids.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's for children. It's good. It's very well animated. The characters are adorable. I like the world. Setting is lovely. I don't remember a damn thing about it though.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, so what would you put it? I don't either B or A, honestly, because it's not bad.
It isn't bad. The problem is it lacks memorability.
I think that's a pretty important.
That
one,
is
though.
very important because even though Black Butler was bad,
You remember
can
a lot of
remember
it.
things.
Oh, I remember it for being bad.
you remember things.
What is it? Super iPodge Wolf. You've seen the video essay on Riverdale
Yes.
College, so you know the whole mediocre
Yep.
valley thing. You'll remember something that's like a 10 out of 10, and you'll remember something that's like a negative 10
Yep.
out of 10, where something is so bad that it just becomes amazing. But the stuff that's at the bottom, the stuff that's like your ones, your twos, your threes, your zeros. Like, who cares?
I would say it belongs in a C
I'm fine with that.
because it is not as bad as Black Butler, and it's not worse than it, but it's pretty.
That's good.
Again,
cute,
if you're
it has nice animation.
If you're talking about the 2 movies, fantastic. Mwah, beautiful. I remember so much of those. But the show, it's like, well, no. No. I remember, like, probably
it's the
2
fact that we
episodes of the
keep-
show. And also one of the fucking guys from Pawn Stars is just a character in the show.
Oh, that's superb. The fact that we keep using just how low do we want to put this? Well, it's not like Butler,
because
so
that's
we'll
our
put it in
lowest
C.
right now. Our lowest right now is a D.
I know, but that's just funny. That's just really funny. Okay, Lucky Star. Classic.
Wait, where did you put it?
Not seen it.
Oh, it's in C.
Oh, it's because it's not loading for me. One moment.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I'll wait.
Shut up! You sound like a teacher.
You know, it pissed me off when the students would do that. I knew
Alright.
some snarky
Oh,
ass
and
classmates that would do that shit.
Lucky Star.
Like, shut up, Brian.
Exactly.
You're not-
Who watched Lucky Star?
I did.
I did.
I might, because another one of the things that I have on here, everyone is like, watch Lucky Star. It's the same thing. And I went, maybe.
Yeah.
For you specifically,
Yeah, I've heard.
because I think it
Oh,
might be
don't
some
worry.
good. I think it might
10
be some
years,
good
I've heard.
inspiration. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Then I won't give you the spiel on why you specifically should
Mhm.
watch it. But just it's the slice of life
Mhm.
anime of the early 2000s. It's the progenitor. It is Out of Touch Tuesday.
Yeah!
Or Out of Touch Thursday, whichever one it is.
I'm out of touch.
Out of touch. You're out of touch.
My sister and I love this anime, and we're very much aware of how, like, it's a thing of its time, of its
Oh,
humor and all that,
absolutely.
but that's kind of what makes it perfect. Because at the time when it came out, it was like, oh hell yeah, this is hilarious. Oh, this is the best. Oh, this is so funny.
This is 2000s humor.
This is 2000s humor. This is exactly what we needed, and it is. It's nice. It's lovely. There's no complaints I have about it. Every single time I look at that pastry with the chocolate in the middle. That's like a corn, like a horn shape. I think of this anime because this anime taught me how to eat it.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, thank you, Lucky Star.
Thanks, Lucky Star.
The opening is memorable too. It's like iconic.
Oh yeah, no, you can't forget that. Like,
this is probably gonna be the next thing I watch. I'll write it down.
It's a classic.
It's good to like have on your free time, like nothing to binge or anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm a little bored. Let's put on Lucky Star.
It's a very casual one. They don't have too many like ongoing plot lines, if I remember correctly. It's very casual. No. It's just a nice time.
Yeah.
They had a lot of little cameos from characters from Keredo Gunso.
Oh, that's true.
Which was a favorite of mine when I was little. It was one of the first animes that I sought out in Japanese when I was little. I didn't put it on here because I was like, we're not gonna have time. There's already so much on here. And I'm like, I don't know where I would actually rank it because I can't rank that show objectively.
No.
No. I watched it as a kid, and I even watched some of it back in college when I found out a friend also watched it. So we watched a few episodes together. So nostalgic, so nice. And every time I see it in Lucky Star, I was like, let's go! My dumb frogs.
Dumb frogs. But this isn't about dumb frogs. This is about moe
This ain't
girls.
about the frogs. This is about, yeah. This is, like, I didn't put it on here, but this and K-On! Are the moe shows.
Oh, K-On! Ah! I forgot about K-On! Put it in B.
One.
Put Lucky Star in B.
I think B is a fair placement. What was it called?
I've also heard great things about K-On!
They drink tea.
They drink tea.
Yay.
And they play their little instruments. Tea. And they're so happy. And it ends like 3 times. Yep. It has an episode where everything is wrapped up so nicely and you think, this is the end. Nope, there's still more. Like, oh, okay. And then it ends again. And it's like, oh, wow, that was such a nice... Nope, still going. How many more times is this gonna end?
Oh my god.
It's awesome. But this isn't about K-On! Right now. This
isn't about K-On! We're on Madoka Magica now. What is probably one of... If it weren't for another one on this list, this is the best anime to come out in the 2010s.
Yep.
I think objectively this is one of the best ones to come out of the 2010s. I have a personal bias towards a certain one towards the end of the list, but this is a legitimately fantastic anime. If anyone says, well, okay, like we've been saying, short, sweet, 12 episodes, or if you want to, 2 recap movies and then the 3rd finale movie, which you're gonna watch the 3rd finale movie anyway. It popularized the dark magical girl genre. You do not expect things to hit the fan so fucking quickly, and then it just keeps going wrong for everyone the entire time. And then, it sets up its mystery, it sets everything up really well, and then you get your answers, and then you get your ending. It's very satisfying, the themes in it are amazing, the fucking animation, beautiful, chef's kiss, oh my god. It is such a visually interesting show. If you're not...
You've talked about it with me so much.
I just like it a lot. It's just a really good show. It's just really well made. Even, people... When it came out at the time, the finale movie, right? People shat on it. Because they're just like, we had a completed story, and then you ruined it. And it's like, no, in hindsight, it's like, no, we kind of didn't. Yeah, it kind of wraps up a lot of things in there, but there's one loose thread. There's one character that didn't get an ending. And this is her ending. And this is kind of just, yeah, of course this was gonna fucking happen. But just, oh my god, this fucking show is so good. This is also for Rebellion, too. Anyone that says, Rebellion isn't good, you can fuck off. Go watch that movie again. It's a beautiful tragedy all throughout. Just, I love it. It's got symbolism, it's got themes.
Fishy is the Rebellion apologist.
Oh, 100% so. I want you go watch that opening sequence with the witches and then tell me that it's not a good movie. Fuck off. Not to you. To the Rebellion haters.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You want to go complain about something? Go complain about Magia Record, like I do. The spinoff. That the game story is fine. Do not like how they handled the ending of that. But that's spiel for another time. I have strong opinions on all stuff Madoka Magica.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll go from my strong opinions to my lukewarm taste of My Hero Academia.
This one makes me sad because My Hero is at the beginnings. It's like so promising, so fun, so interesting, and then it just got meh.
It's really
it got so
because I have not seen any of My Hero, but I have obviously been around, you know, the kind of anime spaces and, you know, discussions
anime adjacent
while it's been airing, and to see over the course of how many fucking years it just shift is really bizarre. Seeing from an outsider's perspective, I'm just like, what is going on over there? Every time.
Because the beginning of it really wants to break down traditional shonen tropes. And it wants to, like, you know, have a discussion of, like, the best, like, thing they ever did is Uraka versus Bakugo. That is one of their best moments, because it deconstructs, like, what you kind of expect to happen. Because, you like, you know, even the context for it is Uraka, you know, her power is levitation. She can make things float. And then Bakugo, he makes things explode with his sweat in his hands.
His sweat is nitroglycerin.
And his sweat is nitroglycerin that he can ignite. And there's a clear power imbalance here. And so, you know, you kind of, you're like, oh, you know, Bakugo should hold back. He's going against such a frail girl. You know, all this other stuff. Like, everyone kind of has these expectations on how this is going to go. And they play with that. The crowd starts chastising, because of course, yeah, she starts getting fucking steamrolled. Of course she does. But she has a few tricks up her sleeve to try and make things happen. You know, she has plots, she does all these things. It's not, it is one-sided, but not like just a complete thrashing, you know? She puts up a good fight. And the crowd is like, hey, that's a frail girl, you shouldn't be doing that. What kind of hero would beat up like, you know, just a defenseless little girl? And then one of the teachers stands up and just goes, you guys should not be fucking coddling her. She's just, like, she's part of the hero program. She's just as much of a fighter as the rest of us. Like, put your biases to the side. She can fight. Like, fuck off. And it's great. Because they give her the respect. It's very nice. You wouldn't see, like, something like that, like, at the time.
No.
It was fresh. It was nice. It was good. That is Uraka's last relevant scene!
I know! Fuck!
I'm caught up on the manga, and I know she has another, but it's undercut immediately when it happens. It's like, oh my god, you set stuff up so well. Why couldn't you just keep doing stuff like that?
Right.
It's so frustrating.
The part, and I know exactly where it started to, like, go downhill for me. Okay, we put the spoiler warning, so it's fine. But also, it's My Hero, and it happened a while ago, so if this is spoilers, well, what? There is the Bakugo's breakdown. Right? Bakugo... I'm a loyal fucking bitch. I loved Bakugo's character from the beginning. Everybody else was like, oh, I hate this guy. He's such an asshole. Fuck him. Why is he, like, wanting to be a hero? He's the worst. And I'm like, exactly. He is so fucking interesting. The first episode, he tells Deku to kill himself.
He does. He's like, go jump off the roof.
He's like, go jump off a roof. Go fucking die. And it's like, my guy, you caught me. I'm so interested in what you're about. And his whole thing is that he's an asshole, but he still wants to be a hero. And of course, because of that, you're like, he's gonna have to grow. He's gonna have things to learn. That's gonna be so interesting to watch. I want to see his struggle. And sure enough, something goes down. There's like an attack. Basically, villains hold him hostage which causes a lot of his classmates to try to fight back and go get him. Yada, yada, yada. A whole thing happens. And things go downhill for the number one hero because he had to get involved. So after that point, Bakugo starts blaming himself for all of it. Because
this whole thing started because he got kidnapped.
This whole thing started because of him. And he doesn't express it. He doesn't tell this to anybody. But it's all internal. And then there's a moment where he has the breakdown. And he has it in front of Deku, the guy that he told to kill himself. Yep. Because at this point in the story, they've been neck and neck about rivals and, like, wanting up, like, what's the term? One-upping each other. All of that good stuff.
And also, Bakugo's not an idiot. He's kind of caught on to all the secrets.
Yeah, he's caught on to all the secrets with Deku and his powers. So Deku was originally, like, someone that didn't have a quirk or a power, and then suddenly got one because the number one hero gave it to him. But anyways, that's supposed to be kept a secret, and Bakugo eventually caught on because he's not an idiot. So he has no one to turn to, so he turns to Deku, and he's just like, it's such a good scene. And
the quote that I remember is, "Why do I have to be the one that caused All Might to fall?" Or just something like that. And I'm like, ooh. Yeah, that's all of it right there.
It's like, it's been playing over in my head. I can't get it out, so what the hell am I supposed to do? So he's just screaming it. And it's like, oh, Bakugo, my boy! No, that's not your fault! But, and then after that point, everyone was like, oh my god, Bakugo, such a great character. I don't know, like, yeah, fuck you, you fake bitch.
Oh, he shot up the popularity polls in Japan. He's always at number 1 now.
Shut up, you fake bitch. I was there from the beginning.
Do not recite the dark magic to me, which I was there when it was written.
After that scene, after that episode, and after all of that, is when I noticed things were kind of, like, trailing downward. And I don't know why, but after that point is when I started to realize things going a little meh.
Oh, you should... The current season, which I've read the manga... It's still going. I've caught up on it. I know what happens. It's gonna get pacing and kind of... No, everything in general. It just kind of gets worse.
Yeah.
Just kind of gets worse. This is, like, what's airing currently is, like, what I consider the last good arc.
Yeah.
But even then, halfway through this arc, everything kind of gets rushed and falls apart, and it's like, okay, calm the fuck down. You are introducing too many goddamn things.
The arc we are talking about, by the way, is the villain arc. The what's it called?
The hospital raid. I don't know.
I think.
Yeah. Before I say this spoiler, do you know who dies?
Yes. At that part, yes.
Yes. Like, yeah, it's one of the first... Apparently it happened in, like, episode 2, because I haven't been watching. Honestly, because I've read it.
Yeah, I read it too.
That broke my fucking heart. Yep. That is, like, the last, like, good moment that they've had.
I think so, yeah.
Where they killed off, like, spoiler alert, where they killed off twice. Yep. That broke my fucking heart, because if there's any villain that deserved to have, like, a good ending, it was twice.
Yes.
And that hurt me so much.
Yes.
So good. But that was also the last time that this manga made me feel things.
Yeah! Yeah, it was. Bottom line, I think it's like at a C.
I think C is a good place for it.
Because it started off well, but...
It started off so good, and then it just tanked. And then, like, oh my god, the final arc is so rushed! Where they're at right now is so rushed!
Mm-hmm.
And it's so out of focus, too! I'm so upset. I'm so upset. We were flying so high, and now we're just down.
You could tell he took inspiration from Naruto, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, you can tell. Speaking of Naruto...
Speaking of Naruto!
Play that.
I haven't watched it. My brother has. He loves it. I don't know.
It's Naruto.
It's Naruto.
It's Naruto. I love the series, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I like this is one of 2 of my gateway animes. Because it's like, you know, I was watching 4 Kids and all that other stuff. I was gonna end up in anime anyway, but this was one of my first. So with that, it has a special place in my heart.
Mm-hmm. It's like my Dragon Ball.
I really like it. Yeah, it's my Dragon Ball. Even though I also saw Dragon Ball back in the day, but regardless.
Dragon Ball is my Dragon Ball.
I will give... I'm not going to talk about Boruto, because 1 thing, I don't know a lot about it, and 2, people don't like it from what I've heard. From the first episode all the way to Shippuden, they kind of give you everything you want. People will be like, oh, all the filler, and it's like, I actually don't mind the filler. It's spending more time with these characters that I like. It's a little bit more world building. I know the entire layout of that fucking village because I watched all of those episodes. I know where the ramen bar is. I know where Naruto's house is. I know where the Hokage's hut is, or whatever the fuck it's called, the Hokage building. I know this place. I lived here.
I lived
here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I lived here. This is a fully explored world. Again, I don't know what the fuck happens in Boruto, but, like, this is a, like, fleshed out world. This is, like, and like, it inspired my hero. Like, it's influential. It's good. It's not the best, mind you, but I think it's a B tier show. I think it belongs there. I think that's a good placement for it.
I can't complain with that. It's Naruto.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Naruto.
Alright, time for Colin to speak.
Okay, S.
Yep.
Is that all you're gonna say?
I mean, not all I'm gonna say.
But just we
already know where it's gonna go for me.
We know where it's going.
This show is slice of life, surreal comedy about... It's mostly just about this town and a bunch of the inhabitants just kind of experiencing weird things that go on in it. Most notably, these 3 high school girls, Yuka, Mio, and Mai, and they just kind of go about their day, and weird things happen, and that's it. It is fan-fucking-tastic. It is a fantastic slice of life. In that, it's what you were saying earlier about Lucky Star is that, like, oh, it's very, like, 2000s humor and all that. Nichijou doesn't date itself at all like that. All of the humor is just from the characters being funny and doing their own interactions. And that has inspired me in my, like, type of writing and character writing especially so many ways. Of just, it's more interesting to see characters just kind of joke with each other, and that's what's funny, instead of, like, you know, focusing on telling puns or jokes. But fantastic. 26 episodes, very good. The manga goes on for a little longer, but it's fine. It's a little... The show is just kind of like a moment in time, and I love it. I love it.
Didn't they get, like, an insane animation budget?
I believe so. It might have been the normal budget, but yes, it's that's the other thing. The anime is, like, very infamous for just kind of wasting its animation budget on the stupidest shit. It's like a normal slice of life anime or a normal thing. It's like, oh no, like, I dropped my food on the ground. All right, how about we make it a 5-minute, like, fight scene of them trying to keep this food off the ground? Sure, why not? And let's make it amazing too.
It's the inverse of Cromartie High School. Which I need to finish. I've only watched the first episode. It's where Nichijou has, like, the big budget and they're abusing it. Cromartie High School was made with pocket change. And so animation errors, they're like, that's funny, we're leaving it in.
That's so good.
I need to watch it. Man, I watched the first episode, it was fun.
Just ripping the band-aid off, you already know where it went. Alright.
Yeah.
You already know where it's going. We know exactly.
Ouran.
Yeah, what's next? Let's go.
It's Ouran time! I have to say this out the gate. If I put it anything below A, I am going to get actually murdered.
Oh.
This is my sister's favorite. And I know she watches the podcast. I'm in big trouble if I don't put this high.
Thing is that it's deserving of an A or a B, because, at least for me, Fishy, are you and I the only ones that have seen Ouran?
I believe so. My thing is Ouran is the most you had to
It
be
is.
there anime.
It is.
It took over everything. There was not any anime circles that did it where that weren't like, oh, who's your favorite host? You know, like all this other stuff.
Haruhi was my favorite. She is my favorite.
Haruhi. Yeah, I wonder
love
why.
Haruhi so much. Ah!
Yeah, I bet you do like that she-they stuff going on, huh?
Haruhi is to blame. Legitimately. If I think of like anime heroine or anime female protagonist, it's her. She's awesome. I love her. But like you said, it is very much, you had to be there. It's of its time, very clearly.
I can't recommend it to anyone nowadays unless they were there.
Yeah.
It's like, I can only recommend rewatches. I can't recommend, like, a new, like, watch it now.
The thing is, like, Ouran is, like, it's similar to Dragon Ball and Naruto for shoujo. It is your gateway to that side of anime. It is, if you watched it and you liked it, it might lead you to this side of anime, which is shoujo and romances and comedy romance and all that stuff. Where if you were introduced to, like, Dragon Ball and Naruto, you went more for, like, the shonen, fighting and all that stuff. I think it's still worth the watch, even after all these years.
I think it needs the fruits basket treatment.
Yes, it does.
And I'm not alone in that statement. I've heard so many people just be like, can we get, like Ouran 2023 or something?
Yeah. Please. Very similarly,
where it follows the manga. Because my sister reads the manga. She fucking nerd. I'm calling her out on here. She got the entire, like, fucking box set of the manga. She has all of it. She's been reading through it. Apparently it's so much better paced. Like, you know, not surprising. Like, it's better paced. It flushes things out more. Like, there's more stuff going on.
It's more dramatic than comedic. Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, if we can get that adaptation, I think everyone would be really happy.
I think it does deserve the fruits basket treatment. Because very similarly, both of them end just, like, abruptly. Like, there should be more, and there isn't more.
Yeah, that ending, that's not in the manga. My sister kept waiting for that scene to happen of, like, you know, like, the stuff on the horse, like, the carriage and all that. Doesn't happen. That's not in there. It's not real. It doesn't exist. With all that being said, I'm feeling an A.
I'm so that was my awakening to gender fluidism. It was.
Yeah,
it was.
Fair.
I looked at Haruhi and I was like, I want to be like her. And
based.
She they.
We got Panty and Stocking next.
It's been a while. I need to rewatch it.
It's worth a rewatch. I'll give you that. But also, you know what this show's about.
Yeah.
You know what happens.
We know it.
This is Japan's take on an adult cartoon.
Yep.
It's violent, it's crude, it's got all this stuff going on. It's really fucking funny. Well, you know, I'm not there for that part. But just I was rewatching some of it with my family, because, what is it? I think it was my brother hadn't seen it, and we were just like, you know, it's Panty and Stocking. I watched it in middle school, and then and then I never put two and two together that would horrify people, that I watched that in middle school. Which really does kind of, the ace clues really do just keep popping up, huh?
Yeah. It was always there.
It was always there. I'm just slow on the uptake is all. But Panty and Stocking's good. I don't know. It's just fun. like it abuses, not abuses, like the animation's good. I like a lot of the dub. I like a lot of the performances. Some of the jokes don't hit, I'll say, but like you know, it's aged a bit. Although hearing we're getting a season 2, that got announced a while ago, and I was super fucking happy about that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Because the ending to that show is fucking weird. We got the satisfying ending, and then we got like a minute, like after credit, fucking thing. It's just like, oh, I'm actually a demon. Okay, bye. Huh? You gonna explain that one? No? Cool.
Okay.
Thanks. No, I think it belongs in A. It's pretty good. Like, my big thing is I would definitely rewatch it again. This is a fun series. It's really good. Well, we're gonna make this one fast.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Pokemon.
Good.
I'm gonna make that one fast, because it was also on the cartoon one, going in the exact same goddamn place. Because, you know, there's seasons of it that are very bad, and not bad, but just like mediocre, don't really care for it. And then there's the recent stuff where it made me and all of my grown-ass friends and family cry very disgustingly. Oh my god. Second we all sub Butterfree.
Oh,
You know.
dude, same.
Just literal sobbing. It was 3 in the morning when I saw that clip, dude. I wasn't ready. Okay. Moving on.
Pop Team Epic.
Pop Team Epic. This is a living, breathing shitpost.
Yeah.
And I love it. It doesn't always hit, but when it hits, it's really good. And I really respect it for it, like the first season, at the very least, I know, was some, like, Japanese, like, animation students, like, final projects. And they allowed for, like, different animators from overseas, like French animators, to kind of get their hand at it. They were very, like, experimental and, like, open to what they could do on this show. And I appreciate that a lot. But at its core, it is a shitpost. It is
so
dumb.
many memes that came out
And
from
I
the
love
manga and the show.
Yeah. It's great. I showed you guys, like, some of the stuff, when I've fallen behind on season 2, but just, like, the fucking, the like, Dora segment.
Oh.
Can you show us where the sexual harasser is? Thank you! And just straps him to the fucking log. It's a good show. It's got good beats. But I'm putting it in B just because it knows what it is. It's simple. There's not really any reason you would rewatch it.
Nah.
You get the joke
Yeah.
the first time. Yeah. Alright. Hot garbage time!
Yeah. Wait, did you put the...
We're at Sword Art Online! Oh no. I'll explain when we get to that one, but we gotta deal with Sword Art Online first.
The beginning of Sword Art Online is amazing. I hate the
Those
second
first 3
half.
episodes are a very good...
Yeah.
The first 3 episodes are a really good hook, and then it meanders a lot, and then it ends 25 floors too soon. If it ended there, it would be at, like, B or C for me. But it kept going. I dropped it during Alfheim.
Yeah.
And then picked it back up, because I was like, okay, everyone's talking about it, I should finish it. Wish I didn't. You know, I really didn't need to see 2 sexual harassment scenes.
Ugh. Yeah. I
Didn't need that.
I watched Sword Art at a sleepover with my cousin. She was like, "Look, I got Sword Art Online. You should watch it with me." And I was like, "Okay, I'll watch it." So I was watching it with her. Somewhere throughout the night, she like fell asleep, and I just kept going. I kept watching it, and I finished the whole thing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I loved it. I loved it. But I did enjoy the first half way more, and I hated the Elfheim parts so much. I was not happy. I was so uncomfortable. And I was awake. She was asleep. I was like, what do I do? I'm uncomfortable by myself.
Every fiber of my being wants to put it in F, whether or not it deserves it. I just hate this show a lot.
God.
So much wasted potential. It devolves into a harem.
It's
I don't
D
like
or F.
It's D or F. What are you feeling?
D, maybe.
We can put it in
because
D.
it gave a really good spin-off.
Oh, I'll tell you what it did give us. The best goddamn abridged series that you've ever seen in your goddamn life. I put Sword Art Online abridged on here.
That's what that is. Ah,
Hi.
return.
Ah!
What happened this
Again.
time?
Same thing.
Okay, should we
Same
speed
thing.
run
Okay.
then?
Let's do a speed run.
Okay.
Oh man, oh shit. Okay, we'll do a bit of speed running here. Alright, before we lose Cass for a third time. Alright, what I was saying was, it's SAO spawned SAO Abridged, which is a superior show. It's right there, superior in every way. I felt more about the characters in that one than I ever did in the original. Yui's little, you might not have loved me, but I still loved being your daughter fucking hurts every time. Sometimes I'll just go back and watch that scene to feel something.
Oh.
Not feel something, but like, you know, just to be like, I wonder if this still hurts. Yeah. No. It does.
That is S tier, you are so right.
That is an S tier show. I've met the guys that make it. They are such chill dudes. They are awesome. I met them at AX like twice.
I've said this before, but whenever I think back to SAO, sometimes I confuse it, and I think of the abridged. I'm like, oh, I did like that one part in SAO, and I realized, no, wait, I'm thinking of the abridged version.
That part where Yui removed Leafa's mouth. Oh, I love that in SAO original. Oh, wait, never mind.
Alright.
Never mind. And then it does the anime headshot. Alright. This one's for you.
Sasaki and Miyano! Woo!
I put this literally on here for you.
Thank you.
Because I was like, you really liked this one.
It's such a good romance. Just bottom line, it's such a good romance. It is a romance between two men. Adorable.
Gay.
We love to see it. It is so aware of the tropes of the problems that arise in romance anime, and it does everything against it. Like, you think the trope is happening, and then it doesn't, or it'll play on like a certain theme or a concept or an episode that is so prevalent in anime, and it'll be like, yeah, but we're making it gay and also not toxic or not problematic. And not fetishized. And not fetishized. That is the big point.
Oh,
that is
fantastic.
the biggest point I give to this anime, which is such a low bar, but because fetishization is such a big thing in BL or gay anime, it doesn't do it. It is so respectful about it. It is genuinely just sweet and cute, and you're rooting for them the entire time. It's short also. The confession happens in like one of the very first episodes. It's great. Fuck, what else can I say? The dub. The dub is amazing. Kellen Goff voices one of the boys.
Fantastic.
He does an amazing job. It's all very cute. Gay shapes. Gay shapes. If you watch it, you'll know what I mean.
I'm talking about this or this.
About
We're talking
this.
about this.
Very, very brief, easy synopsis or description. It is about Sasaki and Miyano. Miyano is a fudanshi. He loves reading boys love anime. Boys love like manga. He's a big fan of it. He's a major nerd about it, and he meets this really cool guy named Sasaki, who Sasaki ends up liking Miyano. So he does his best to try to learn what he likes. He's like, hey, so what kind of food do you like? What do you like to do on your free time? Yada yada. And he realizes that he likes BL, so he's like, you know what? Give me some recommendations so that we can talk about BL together. And that is how the romance starts. It's just Sasaki genuinely taking an interest in Miyano's interest, and they form a relationship, and just the romance between the two. And it's just so sweet. It's so sweet. I recommend it highly. It is S tier. It is S tier.
I'll trust you on that.
It's
I'll trust
beautiful.
you on that.
It doesn't make you cry, but it's just sweet.
It's just
Yeah.
a good time. It's just nice. Fucking gay.
Now let's go for the other gay.
Alright. So you and I have had so many goddamn discussions about Skate. This was a show that was designed specifically to cater to me because skateboarding, very San Diego-ish kind of locale stuff. Animated by Studio Bones. Everything about this was just catered to me. And then there's the fine print at the bottom that says, like, oh, made by the guy that made Yuri on Ice.
That too.
And I'm like, I'm not against it.
Well, he directed it, I think.
Like,
I don't remember.
Yeah, they're the director. It's like, I don't do ships. Most of the time I don't. These two boys should kiss, I think.
They should.
I believe it. The fucking, you and I have had discussions on this. The infinity symbol that they make with their hands. That's a heart. Ah! You can't look at that. That's a heart. That is gay shit. I want to skate with you for infinity. Ah! This is the gay. It's gay subtext, but like
they are so in love. Please.
Gay subtext, except it's barely subtext. Yeah. It's like the regular text is 12-point font, and then the gay shit is 11-point font. That's about as subtle as we get there.
Skate also kind of like, it does the thing where like you think the story is going one way, and then it's like, nope, we're going this way.
Yeah, it pivots. I love what they do with Reki's character. I want to say I relate to him really badly, but then people are gonna think I'm talking about episode 10, and that's gonna upset me. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. I had said for weeks, I was like, I really relate to Reki here, damn. And then, I don't know, should I just come out and say it?
Go ahead.
Motherfucker gets hit by a car. I was so mad. I was like, motherfuckers. And he walks it off too.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, motherfucker, I'm in this photo and I don't like it. I'm so fucking upset.
It's great.
With all this being said,
there's only one downside.
Yeah, I'm like, this is the only thing that makes me be like, it should be an A and not S. And that's everything to do with Adam.
We hate Adam. Fuck Adam.
We hate Adam here. I love the performance from the voice actor. But that's the only good part. Because that voice actor, if you hear, I don't know the name of him, but if you see him in anything, he is playing either an eccentric or a bad guy. Sometimes both. Because he's the voice of Dio in Jojo, and he voices the yellow frog in Karaguzo.
Yeah.
So, like I say, he's typecast, but he knows what he does, and he does it well.
A for Adam.
Yeah. So A for Adam. It would be S for Skate, but it's A for Adam.
Hey.
Okay, this one's mine. I'll make it quick. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's very much, it's kind of your standard isekai, you know, just like guy dies, and guy literally gets stabbed in the middle of the street. Like, motherfucker runs up to him and just stabs him, and he's bleeding out. And so he's like, he's being reincarnated as he's dying. So his, like, last thoughts are like, oh, I'm so cold, where's the warmth? And they're like, okay, your new form is gonna have heat resistance and cold resistance. And it's just like, I don't want to hurt anymore. Okay, pain nullification. And so all of these things, right, they all culminate into him waking up, and he's just a slime. And you see, it's a very, not slow burn, well, kind of. You see him building up from being this little lowly slime trapped in a cave to being a literal demon lord that has a body count of about 1,000? 10,000? I don't remember what the thing is. But it's building up to that moment, because you can see him forming enemies without knowing it. You can see him getting allies. You can kind of see everything that's happening, and it's leading up to one moment where this all culminates. And it's really satisfying when you get there.
Hell yeah.
Also, the characters are just very pleasant and nice. One of my favorite scenes is just the introduction of a lizard man. His name's Gabiru. He is an arrogant motherfucker, and he is amazing. And just to get him off his high horse, they send out what they think is one of their weakest guys. And he's like, no, I trained off screen. I'm good. He's a dopey little goblin named Gobita. He's great. I love Gobita. It's a good series. I recommend it. It's fun. But it's an isekai. Like, it doesn't do anything new, but what it does really well.
Yeah.
Alright, sped through that one so we can get to the big boy, baby!
Yes, we already know.
It's Space Dandy!
Space Dandy!
Space Dandy!
We know where
guys,
you
we
put
already know,
it.
I'm not gonna hesitate.
I'm putting it at S as well.
I put it in S! I
It's
put
a
it in S!
It's a good show! It's just a good show! It's good! It's 24 episodes that you don't think are gonna connect, and then you get to the ending and you're like, holy shit! They tied everything together. It's fantastic.
My
it's
life
amazing.
sucks.
The animation's beautiful.
I love Emo Dandy.
Oh, Emo Dandy. I wanna die.
I want to die.
God, I love it. I love the performances. Fucking Ian Sinclair's Dandy is one of my favorite.
All the
performances
fucking
I've ever
voices.
heard.
That's another fantastic English dub.
Yeah. Did you know in the Japanese, like, it's only in the English that QT is auto-tuned. They don't do that in the Japanese. It's only in English. And I'm like, that's such a nice detail.
It's cute.
It's nice. It's so good. Studio Bones popping off as usual. You go watch something like the Purgatory Planet or the end of like the War of Vesanundes and like or the dancing episode with fucking Tron Travolta.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all just a spectacle for the eyes, and it's really funny. God, it's such a good show.
Space Dandy is a dandy guy.
He's a dandy
In
guy
space.
in space. He combs
His
the galaxy
pompadour.
like his pompadour on the hunt for aliens. I love it. I love it so much. It's like, if you want just you can summarize this show so easily. It's rated M Japanese Johnny Bravo in space. That's it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And it's great. It's fantastic. Doesn't need to be anything else.
I'll say again, you'd
And
really
I love
like Cowboy Bebop. No, wait, no, this is Cowboy
everyone's
Bebop. I
told me I
mean,
know.
wait, no. You will like Cowboy Bebop. Sorry, I'm sleepy.
And that is
No, you got it.
and
you
I'm
got
the
it.
only one that doesn't abide by that rule. I adore Space Dandy with all my heart and soul. I couldn't get into
Just
into
another
the-
show
into
about
the
bounty
cowboy.
hunters in space, made
I-
by the same guy
Yeah, and I couldn't
with a
get into
fantastic
it.
English cast.
But
Wow.
Space Dandy
I-
gave me what I wanted.
Yeah,
I literally own the entire series on
Good.
Blu-ray. I have the box set. It is my prized possession.
last
Okay.
one. What is this?
Last one. This one's for me because the sequel's going on right now, and I want to talk about the original because it's really good. This is the other one of my gateway animes. It's called Zatch Bell.
Oh, Yeah, you've talked about this.
You may have seen it around a little bit. It aired on Toonami back in the day. I love Zatch Bell with all my heart. I cannot look at this show objectively, I'll be real. But I just like it a lot. It's about 100... In English it's Momoto, but let's be real, they are demons. Because you can't say it in English. My throat hurts, I've been talking too much. This is a 2-hour podcast, my
We have a lot to say about things we like!
I didn't think we would! I was like, oh no, what if we don't make it to the 1 hour mark? Oh my god. I underestimated me sleep deprived talking about my favorite anime. But, Zatch Bell. 100 demon children sent into the human world to go fight for who is going to be the next king of the demon world. We follow Kyo. Naturally talented, naturally smart guy, super apathetic to everything around him. He doesn't have any friends. He rarely shows up to school, and when he shows up to school, they'll just be like, oh, well, what's the answer to this? Oh, well, it's this. Ugh, that's correct. Like, his teachers hate him for being just a prick, and all this other stuff. His dad's an archaeologist, and he's like, I'm sending you home a present, and he goes, oh, okay, Dad, and he opens the present. It is Zatch. It's our boy, who is voiced by Jimmy fucking Neutron, in English. Which is gonna become a trend. There's a lot of voice actors in here, you're just like, what is he doing here? Why are you here? This is anime. But just, the whole series is, each demon has a book that's a spell book full of attacks they can have, and only one person can read it, and that's the person that they're bonded to. So, Kyo is bonded to Zatch. There's a character that comes in later, her name is Tia, she's bonded to a pop star named Megumi. There's the best duo, which is a little duck baby looking guy in a onesie. His name's Conchome. He is voiced by Richard Horvitz.
Yo!
And his partner, Iron Man Folgore, who is an international Italian singer whose hit single had to be censored for English because in the original he just sings about boobs. It's so good. I love this show so much. I have the video game too. But like, being friends with the main character, this is one of the things I noticed. Being friends with Zatch does not guarantee your safety. Because this is a battle royale. There's 100 of these motherfuckers running around. And, you know, we have, like, characters that we meet, not early, but, like, you know, we've known them for a while. They fucking, for all intents and purposes, they die. The way that you get someone out of the competition is that you burn their book. And that's hitting it with an attack, or, you know, physically burning it, just something. Destroying the book. Most of the time it goes up in flames. And there are some really emotional scenes over, like, some characters, you know, books getting burned, because it's like, no, they're not dead, but for all intents and purposes, they are never going to be seen again. And it sucks, you know? Because, like, some likable characters go out. And then there's the original anime did not tell the whole story, but, I guess, spoilers for Zatch Bell if you're going to read the manga, because it's a battle royale, there's only going to be one winner. The one that I still think about to this day, because it fucked me up so bad when I read about it, was, like I mentioned before, the character Tia. She was the love interest of Zatch, basically. She was, you know, girl best friend and all that. They're at, like, the final 5 or whatever, and then her book's getting burned and she's starting to disappear. And she's like, look, there can only be one winner. You know, this was bound to happen. It's okay if I'm losing, you know, I'm glad that you're still around. And she says this line, which is, I'm not going to say goodbye because it's almost over. I'll say see you tomorrow. And that fucked me up so bad. I was like, because they're at the end. Fuck. And now they're doing the sequel series. And that's fucking me up even more. Because they have so many references to the original, and it's making me so fucking emotional. I can't look at this series objectively. That being said, I'll put it in A, just in case. My throat is giving out, holy shit. Oh, I heard that squeak. Jesus Christ.
I'll give it a...
I've been talking too long. I'll give it an A! Which is, I like Zatch Bell so much. Our copy of the video game for the GameCube still fucking works. I was so surprised. We still have it. Just a good show. This is one of my gateways.
Woo!
And that looks
We've
like
done it.
everything. I noticed, I'm gonna, just quick addendum, I'll like Photoshop it in through post. Just gonna slip Odd Taxi into S tier, because we all know that's where it goes. I downloaded a thing for it, but I guess it didn't register.
WebP, probably.
It's fine. Just
It was probably a WebP, and it
just
didn't...
know that it's supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we want to make any adjustments, or are we happy with that?
I'm happy with this. Well...
No, I'm pretty happy. We have, like, a decent spread. I was expecting it to be more top-heavy, but we have, like, a decent spread.
Oh, it is super top-heavy. Look at S tier.
Still, I was expecting, like, you know, almost everything to be an S, and then, like, maybe, like, a few C's and D's.
We didn't really need that F tier.
No, but it's just more, it's more for us to acknowledge, like, it's not the worst. There are worse things out there. Look, if I wanted to put things out there, if it weren't for the rule that like, at least one of us have had to see it, I don't think any of us have seen School Days.
I would have put Codebreaker at F tier.
Can we,
None of you have seen it, but it's bad.
If we're petty,
like
can we
things...
just rename F to Black Butler?
I'm petty.
Fishy petty.
I'm super petty.
Okay.
My caps
like
lock is on.
We did the FNAF one, we just put Scrap Trap in its own one.
We just put Scrap Trap in his own tier,
Black
yeah.
Butler.
Black Butler.
I thought it said Black Butter.
Black Butter. That's called burned butter. Disgusting.
What an interesting tier list.
Yay.
What an interesting podcast that took 2 hours.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. This is mostly my fault. I'm the one rambling on when we said speedrun.
Yeah.
Goodness.
We have things to say!
Yeah. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings. As a joke, I really considered putting Avatar and Korra on here. It's not. But you know that debate's been there. But also I was like, look, looking at all this other stuff, we will not have time for me to talk to both gush about Avatar and then also dunk on Korra as hard as possible. We don't have time for that. We're already at 2 hours.
That being said,
yeah, I think that's it. I think that's I think
the end of the podcast.
The end of the Weeb episode.
The anime tier list. The official one, well, not official 1 out of 4 because there's one of us missing, but in true 1 out of 4 fashion.
No, it's official because 1 out of 4 is missing.
The official 1 out of 4 tier list.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Hope you enjoyed.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.